Hello again, YouTube. Robert Alvarez, the Psychic Witch, also known as Mr. Lighting on a Fan. Got the lighting over here, over there, whatever, and I have the fan. So I wanted to talk about how the craft came to me, or as I love to call it, the art and craft of the wise. I love calling it that. It's poetic, it's romantic, and yes, it's longer than the craft, 2 words. The art and craft of the wise, 7 words. But I love it. I love the sound of it. I noticed that when I began practicing the art and craft of the wise, when I began honoring the holy days of the witch, which some people call the wheel of the year, I found that my psychic abilities became stronger. Now, as a professional psychic, that's a very good thing. And I found that the more I honored these holy days, the more accurate my readings became, and the more insights I would receive, not just when conducting an intuitive card reading, but also when I would teach a metaphysical class, whether it was a group class or a private class. I found that I was receiving these very distinct messages from Goddess, or as some of you would say, Spirit, and I found that my insights were very spot on. What became a problem for me was I felt that honoring the wheel of the year, as well as the esbats, the new moons and the full moons, just to enhance my psychic abilities, seemed very off to me. To be perfectly honest, it seemed very wrong to me. And I felt that the spirit of witchcraft, the spirit of magic, the spirit of the witch deserved more from me than that. I felt that I was using witchcraft to become more successful and to become more financially prosperous. And I didn't feel that that was okay for me. I felt that if I'm going to be a witch, then I'm going to be a witch because it's part of my nature, because it's an expression of who I am, it is a compliment to who I am, and it compliments and honors who I'm becoming, or who I became, rather. Because as far as I'm concerned, I am a witch. I am a full-fledged witch. I am not a warlock. I am not a Wiccan. I am not a pagan. I prefer the term witch. I feel that I have both the right and the responsibility to reclaim the term witch for men in general and for this man in particular. And I also found for me the word witch is not an evil thing. For me the term, there's an expression that I often hear during the winter. It's colder than a witch's tit. Now let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. My titties are anything but cold. I know this from, well, not from myself, but from other people. So, anyway. With that being said, I knew that I needed to say to witchcraft, to the essence of witchcraft, if you will, okay, here I am. My name is Robert Alvarez, and I am going to honor you. I'm not going to use you. I'm going to honor you. I'm going to respect you. I'm going to thank you for the blessings that you're giving me. And that's what has become a big part of my life. There are times when I do not engage in the honoring of a witch's holy day because I'm just exhausted. I still give myself grief over it because in my mind I'm like, wait a minute, it's the night before, let's say for example, Beltane. Then why am I not engaging in a ritual to honor and welcome Beltane? Because I'm exhausted. And mind you, for years I've been telling clients and students nothing is more important or more valuable than one's well-being. And that includes mine. That does include mine. It still bothers me though, because I feel that, well, I am a witch and I need to honor this holy day, this witch's holy day. I'm starting to relax about it. In other words, I'm giving myself less grief less often if I happen to be supremely exhausted the night before a witch's holy day. By the way, I have found, and I was taught, both. I found this for myself, and I was taught this by others, that the night before a solstice, an equinox, a cross-quarter holy day, a full moon, or a new moon holds more power and energy. So for me, if, let's say, the next full moon, I would engage in a ritual the night before that full moon, because that's the night that has a lot more power and energy. Plus, I'm also a Western astrologer, so I know that if I have a specific deity that I want to honor during that full moon phase, or during that bright moon phase, that's what I was taught is the name of the night before the full moon. There's the bright moon, then the full moon. Same thing with new moons. The night before new moon is called the dark moon. So, which is tonight. Tonight is the dark moon in Virgo. It is Friday, September 12th. I'm looking forward to my dark moon ritual because there are a lot of things that need to be banished back to the nothingness from whence they came. And I have found that a waning moon is an excellent time to do that. For me personally, the last 3 nights before the new moon are especially auspicious for surrendering and releasing, for dissolving, for eliminating, for banishing. In the meantime, I enjoy being a witch. I love that it speaks to me. And through meditations and prayers and readings with various psychics over the years, as well as my own intuitive guidance, I have learned that this is not my first lifetime as a witch. I've had several lifetimes as a witch. And I would not be surprised if in my next lifetime I'm also a witch. Plus, I was told for years that my late maternal grandmother was a witch. Now, unfortunately, I cannot, with any degree of integrity, refer to myself as a hereditary witch, for the simple reason that my late maternal grandmother did not teach me the art and craft of the wise. I wish she did, I wish she had, because there's something very cool about being a hereditary witch. You know, having someone who is your parent, who is your grandparent, teach you the ways of the witch. But you know, gotta work with what I got, right? So I enjoy honoring these witches' holy days. I enjoy delving into their deeper meanings. You know, for me, for example, virtually every book that talks about witchcraft talks about Beltane symbolizing the sacred union of the goddess and the god. And I think every witch knows that. And if every witch doesn't know that, I think every witch needs to know that, because Beltane is a very powerful and magical holy. I mean, they all are, but that one for me is especially powerful and beautiful and magical and profound. Especially since I have no hang-ups about sex. So that it is a celebration of sexual energy and fertility and you know, the embracing of one's sexual energy, and looking at sexual energy as the opposite side of the coin, with having on the other side spiritual energy. It's very beautiful and profound. But for me, on a deeper level, Beltane symbolizes abundant prosperity. You know, not just financial prosperity, although that is an integral part of it, especially since astrologically speaking, Beltane occurs when the sun is in Taurus. In Western astrology, Taurus is the sign of money and possessions. So for me, Beltane has that essence of financial prosperity, that energy of financial supply. But it's not just about an abundance or a divine mountain of prosperity, of financial supply. It's about a divine abundance of love, a divine abundance of joy, a divine abundance of freedom. So it symbolizes prosperity in myriad forms, not just money, not just joy, not just love, not just health and well-being. It's the whole package. So I love delving into those deeper meanings and seeing what that ritual or what that holy day teaches me and how it can help me move forward. So that's a little bit about me and a little bit about how the art and craft of the wise became such a sacred part of my life. And I feel that especially with Ember Honeyraven and Owl Moon 513 and Avalon Spiritual Odyssey and a few other YouTubers, it's become, I'm remembering the sacredness of my own magical journey. And, well, and there you have it. So this is another video, and I am especially thankful for my time at Rainbow Mountain Resort. I leave tomorrow to go back home. I'm happy that I'm going back home, but I'm sad that I'm leaving here. And I am crystal clear that I'm not going to wait 2 years to return. The last time that I was here was November 2013, and there's no way in hell that I'm going to wait 2 years to return. This place is too beautiful and too wonderful not to return at least once every few months. But I'll see what happens. Anyway, thank you, YouTube. Thank you for those of you that are watching this video, that are sharing this video, that are commenting on this video, or those of you that have yet to do so, and that are going to do so. And my intention is to record and upload another video tonight before midnight, because at midnight, you know, that's the witching hour. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you, all of you who watched, who commented, who are going to watch, who are going to comment. Be nice in your comments. And I wish you and yours many, many blessings. Thank you and good night.